All right, so this video, I'm gonna make 3 videos on just very basic object-oriented programming. So this video is gonna cover this pet class, where I need to write a pet class with the name of the animal type, and the age, and then there's a few different methods, and then I'll do this car class. Okay, so I'll do 2 of them for this video. So let's see here. So first one's gonna be this pet class. So all I did is I create a folder called Python OOP, and then here's my pet class. Okay. So I'm gonna create 2 files in here. I'm gonna say save as, and I'm gonna call it. See here. Desktop. Python OOP. Here's my pet class, and I'll call it main pet. And then I'll say save as, and I'll call it pet. All right, and I'll open this up. All right, so I'm going to put these files kind of just right next to each other because they're going to interact with each other, all right? So, let's see here, pet class. So it says write a class named pet, which should have the following attributes. All right, class pet, and let's see here. So whenever you create a new object from a class, we're going to pass this object in, and then Python automatically initializes, has a constructor that's going to initialize our data, okay? So we always have to have this word self as the first variable being passed into the methods we're going to use. And I'll kind of show you why here in a minute. The pet had a name, an animal type, and an age, right? Name, animal type, and an age. Should have an initial method that creates these attributes. It should also have the following methods: set name, set animal type, set age, get name, get type, get age. Once you have written the class, write a program that creates an object of the class. It prompts the user to enter the name, type, and age of the pet. This data should be stored as the object's attributes. Use object's accessor methods to retrieve the pet's name. Okay, so we have self dot 2 underscores name equals the name. Self dot 2 underscores animal type equals animal type, and self dot age equals age. All right, so in order to be able to use this pet file, we need to import it. So we'll say from pet, and this pet is lowercase, so it represents this right here. We're going to import the pet class, basically. So uppercase P for pet, okay? And create a main function. We'll say define main. Okay. And we're going to have to ask the user name equals input. What is the name of the pet? What is the, oh no, what type of pet is it? And age equals how old is your pet? So then we'll create a pets. Now you could call it whatever. You know, most of the time when I'm doing this, I have kids call their objects my pet. So let's just do that. My pet is equal to pet. And we pass in the name, animal underscore type, and age. Now, notice here we've got name, animal type, and age, and those are all being passed in, and that makes sense. But we have this self, and what's confusing is really what you're doing is you're taking my pet, which is the object, and you're passing that in, but you don't have to type in my pet, all right? But what it's doing is it's going, hey, my pet is going to be equal to this self stuff, and then the variables in here are going to be assigned, okay? So it'd be my pet is name is equal to name, and so on and so forth. Because let me try doing this real quick. Print my pet. Let's see this real quick. Run. Valid. So pet, I don't know. I used to have a dog. His name was Bubba, and he was a golden retriever. I think he died when he was like 13. Oh, no, never mind. I need to set up a string. I'm not gonna do that. No worries. All right. Anyway, let's see here. So we need to define, and I'm gonna go through this double underscore here too, real quick. But I'm gonna type this out first. I need to define a set name and we'll self name is equal to name set, I don't know, I'm gonna say animal type. I think it says to say just call it set type in here, but I like having consistent naming conventions, and so let's see here. Yeah, set type and get type. I'm gonna call it set animal type so that it, you know. So we'll do self and animal type. So a self dot animal type. And define set age. Okay. And then when we create our accessor methods, we'll say get. And we're not setting anything this time, so we're just getting the information. Okay, so we'll return All right. Let's see here. So here's the data you entered. We'll do pet name. And all right, let's run this real quick and see if this, I think everything here is fine, but who knows. So again, Bubba is a dog, and he died when he was 13. Alright. There's no attribute get name. So one thing you gotta remember is you gotta save both files. So let's try this again. Okay, you can only concatenate string, not int. What? Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So the age. So dog. Let's try this. Alright, that's fine. So let's watch, let's see what's going on here. Let's say right here I said name is equal to I don't know. What's a good dog's name? God, I don't even know a good dog's name. I don't know. Furry. Okay. So if I run this and I do print and I do my pet dot name, let's see what happens. So what is the pet's name? Bubba. It's a dog, and it was 13. It's no attribute. Okay. What if I do name? This. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to look at and demonstrate what these double underscores mean, and the idea of this is that you don't want Python doesn't have standard private and public words like a language like Java does. And so there's this whole fundamental idea in object-oriented programming where it's called encapsulation. And so each object should be kind of encapsulated and protected from outside forces that could change your variables. And so when you put these underscores in front of the variables, it means that the only way you can access or change them is through the methods, okay? So name right here, I can just print name. Let me run this. Okay. So name was changed to furry, even though I set the name to Bubba. But this name right here has not changed, and I know that because when I get the name, it returns the get name right here from the class after it gets set in here, and so that protects your data. Okay, so if somebody comes out and just changes that right there, that's something that is easily fixable or whatever, but it doesn't change the variables inside the class here. All right, so anyway, this is just the basic program that they want to do, so this one's done. I'll save it. Okay, and let's see here, next one. I'm going to try to see if I can copy and paste a bunch of stuff here. So next one is the car class. I'm going to try something else with this one too, with the speed, and try to help show you more with the double underscores. So year and model, make, and speed. It should initialize all these. Accelerate, the accelerate method should run 5 times. The break method, I'm going to run it 4 times. And when I add 5 each time it goes to the speed, and when I break, I take off 5, and then I can get the speed. Calls the accelerate method 5 times. After each call to accelerate, get the current, display it, then call the break 5 times. All right, let's do this. Go file, new file. I'm going to call file, save as. And I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to call this main car. Call this one car. All right, let's see here. Let's see if I can copy a bunch of this stuff so I don't have to. So this one's going to be called car. And then let's close that. So we've got year model. Make speed. Okay. And then what do we have? We have speed, brake, and it's not just that. I actually need to do speed equals plus equals speed minus equals, and it's 5. Okay, so we add 5, subtract 5. Get speed. And I'm also going to create some other get stuff here. Get year get make and get, what is it, speed. All right, I think that's good. Okay, main. Let me think about this. So we got the year, model, make, speed. I don't like, by the way, it tells me to do this, but I don't like year model. I like it all one, a year variable and a model variable. So if we accelerate, we add 5, brake, we minus 5, and we can return the is it year make? That doesn't make sense. What is it? Year model. Screw that up. I want to get the year model. Okay, so here we'll do from the car file, we'll import the car class. Okay, we'll do main. Okay, sorry if you hear my kids screaming in the background. So we'll do year model equals input. What is the car's year and model? Make and then speed. How fast are you currently driving? Okay, so we'll just say my car equals the year, model, the make, and the speed. Okay, say my car dot get underscore year underscore model print the make. Okay, let's run this and test this. Valid text. Okay, I have a 2002 Toyota. So I'm going 50 miles an hour. Okay, what's going on here? Attribute to get model. Get year model. Get year model self. Okay. Okay, line 11. Get your model. Spell something wrong here. Pass in the year, model, make, speed. Probably didn't save this one. Let's save that. You don't want to have those stars next to them. This one's easier. You just run it, and it has to save it before you run it. There we go. Well, maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. Let's see. Alright, I figured out what the issue was. I have to have the word car here, because I'm creating the my car object from the car class, and so now this should work. Okay, so 2002 Toyota 4Runner. Oh, well, yeah, well, I've got it backwards, so it should be 2002 4Runner, and the make is Toyota, but that's fine. Alright, so let's do this. We'll have a variable x is equal to 0. We'll say while x is less than 5, because we want to run this 5 times. Then what we'll do is we'll say my car dot accelerate okay, and x plus equals 1. Oh yeah, I also forgot this. You need to have a string speed, because I'm going to do the same thing here. Because I got to get the speed. And we'll do the same thing here. We'll say x equals 0 while x is less than 4. Okay, so let's look at this real quick. Accelerate. Let's copy this. This needs to be break. Let's try this. Yeah, save that because I had it spelled wrong over here. Now let's try this. So 2002. I'm currently driving 50. So I speed up. Now what I should do here is this. That's not right. $50. Okay, so I'm driving currently 50. I speed up 5 times, that makes me go to 75, and I brake 4 times, that brings me down to 55. Alright, so let's try this real quick. You see this. So print. Let's look at that. Run. Alright. Cars is not defined. Name cars. Wait. My car. Ugh. Sorry, guys. I'm in my son's room and it's really dark in here, and I've got bad eyes, so. Okay, car object has no attribute __ speed. But what if I do? Let me try this real quick. Let's say I get rid of these. It still won't. It still probably won't do this. Let me save this. Let's say I get rid of this right here. Sorry, I'm just trying to test something. 2002 4Runner. So notice how my speed is 55. After I, get the speed here, I'm braking, accelerating, so the speed's all changing. Okay, we don't want to be able to do that. When I had that on these speeds, okay. You get an error there, okay? Because again, the only way you really want to be able to access this variable's information is through its methods, okay? And that's its method get speed. So that's really the only way you want to do it, like this, to get the speed. You don't want to have people being able to do this or change the data in here. The idea of main is that it's going to kind of be the user interface what the user interacts with, and as long as you build your user interface to not allow them to mess with data, all they should be doing is be entering data, and that data enters through these methods, and then you can change the variables inside the methods, and that encapsulates the data and protects it. And it's a major object-oriented concept. So anyway, I figured I'd for this intro class, I'd at least introduce you to this, because if you took an advanced class, you'd have to, my guess is you'd spend a lot of time with object-oriented programming. So anyway, this video's done.